Sorry. Hi. I accidentally mute my mic. So, welcome back. Today is the first show of the year 2022, and I'm alone. Why? Because Mio is still with his baby in the hospital. Has a late appointment with the doctor, and is still there. So it's okay. We will start without him today, but I'm sure we'll see him quite soon. So, how's everyone? How's your New Year, which is for on Saturday? And you know what? I've not been in a shopping mall for at least 1.5 years. I've not been in a shopping mall. So we took the trouble to visit a mall in the city, and as very early morning. Well, that was just about 10:30 in the morning. It was pretty quiet, but until lunch hour, it was packed. Was packed. Everything's when we exit in the after lunch, the whole road surrounding the mall was packed, was jammed out. So that's life. But then after 1.5 months, I realized a lot of shops has been closed down. They have relocated to a smaller area. And a lot of F&B has closed down as well. Those quite popular one. We were quite surprised. I think, well, I wouldn't say surprised after a few months of lockdowns and who's the operation costs and all these things. I think it's also quite wise for them to shut it down for a while until things are back to normal. But we hope things will be back to normal soon. But then I have to bring up two topics that has been bothering us, which is the Omicrons that we are facing, and also the floods that we are still facing right now. I mean, this is one of those many that's actually not many. There's one of the two that's still actually burdening us. Of course, the other two, of course, is our economics is yet to pick up, and of course, our political scenario is not still stable too. Especially that spending Johor, they might call for early elections, state elections, but we're not going to touch on that. So today we're going to bring out two things on Omicrons and also on the floods. To start off with the first day of the year. All right. So what do we have here now? Putrajaya suspend UNRWA trips from Jan 8th over Omicron's concerns after returnees from Saudi Arabia causes clusters. Yes, those who came back, they have found out the Minister of Health, Health Ministry today announced, which is announced on the weekend, that indefinite halt to all Muslim pilgrimages to Saudi Arabia from Jan 8th, after hundreds who returned to the country following the UNRWA were infected with COVID-19. I did saw the video. YBKJ was in the airport, and a lot of those who returns were wearing pink ribbons and what a total of 966 out of 1,077 COVID-19 samples obtained from international travelers between December 21st and December 29th last year, means December, had displayed presumptive Omicrons after screening by the Institute of Medical Research, IMR. Of the 966 samples, 750 or 77.6% involved samples obtained from travelers arriving from Saudi Arabia. That is huge. 27, almost close to 78 are those mostly pilgrims, those who return back after the Umrah. So according to YBKJ, there's almost 100% certainty that cases flagged as presumptive Omicrons from RT-PCR tests will confirm as the new variants. So as you can see, it can spread among close contacts. We don't know what's the extent of community spread result is yet, but we have to take precautions. So the infected overseas returnees have failed to follow home quarantine rules. Instead of keeping themselves isolated, they have visited family, friends, neighbors, thereby exposing others to virus. I think that is a very selfish act. you have to be safe. This is the SOP that government has been bestowed to us. Everyone who come back has to be need to be isolated at least 7 days. Professor Dr. Samsu, when he came back from Bahrain, has to keep himself isolated in the homes for 7 days. So this is a very selfish act that actually keep everyone, people like me, get worried. So it's right that to suspend these UNRWA trips until further notice. So several agencies in charge of UNRWA management held a meeting that was chaired by the Senior Minister of Defense, Dr. Seri Hishamuddin Hussein, and decided on the suspensions. But yesterday, the associations of these agencies that are in charge of the UNRWA request the government to reconsider the opening. No. Right? Sorry, I know it's religion's duty, but it's not the right time now. When the time is right, please. But now it's already proven those returns from overseas, especially from after the Umrah, almost 78% are presumptive Omicron. And yesterday I read the news in Mecca in Saudi, the number of cases every day has also increased. So I hope Saudi government do something about. Probably you can close it for a while until times warrant. So Dr. Seri Hishamuddin said that he has to perform his duties based on the data and statistics that have been presented. There's no Malaysian minister that want to do this. Yes, I believe so. But we have to be taking a firm decision because 2 years is more than enough, right? So he say that how important to the Muslim, but then there's something that it can be postponed. Please postpone it. So because it's a serious matter, and this is our life, not just their life, it's our life. Because those people who came back, they found out they did not isolated themselves. That's supposed to, but they go around visiting their friends, the neighbors, the relative. So I'm actually lost of words to describe these people who are so-called irresponsible. Right. So YBKJ say migrants who are scheduled to travel back from Saudi until January 7 can proceed with their planned trip, but will be quarantined at the government designated location upon their return. So no matter going back to your home. So those who are coming later after the trip, they will be quarantined at government designated location upon their returns. So those returning to Malaysia before January 7 will be required to self-isolate for 7 days at designated quarantine facilities or at a hotel. Please, you have to, don't run away, don't be a chicken and run away. So they must also get tested with RT-PCR 2 days before departure, and on arrival, self-test with antigens, rapid test, if the symptomatic during quarantine, and get tested with RT-PCR on day 5 of the quarantine to ensure that you are clean. So please, we're a bit fed up. I'm fed up. We heard of cases that government, yes, it's time to relax. We can do interstates, we can travel, we can fly, and this we don't take care of ourselves. When things happen, we point to the government. Sometimes it's very unfair. I find it, So Chinese New Year is coming, end of the month. February 1st is the first of Chinese New Year. If things are getting worse, drastic, probably I've not been in Penang for 3 years. Coming to 3 years if this is happening. I can't travel for Chinese New Year. So please, those people, please, you have given a chance to travel. When come back, please observe the SOP strictly. All right. So, and YBKJ say the high possibility of Omicron's wave hitting Malaysia is yesterday. I was, if I can remember correctly, the number is 60 over, as reported by Dr. Noor Hisham, the DG of MOH. You might say, oh yes, it's only 60 plus. This could be multiplying effect. So it's the high possibility of Omicron's wave starting in Malaysia as such is seen in other countries around the world. So Malaysia is no exceptions. So the health ministers say the extensive booster dose coverage, right? Please, those who have got their appointment, do not postpone it. I have this on Friday. Friday noon, this Friday. I checked over the weekends on Saturday. In fact, during the New Year lunch, I went check again. It was not in the morning. I checked it. I checked 2-3 times a day. It came in, and I was scheduled on Friday 3 p.m. So immediately I confirm with it. Do not say, the time's not right for me, and I like to take another time. No, you might be contacted Omicrons if you do that. So wearing face mask. Okay, please. Then one Datuk Seri from Kelantan. I don't want to mention his name. He was walking in the shopping mall in the heart of the city without wearing a mask. I wanted to go up and tell this Datuk Seri good for nothing, but I was stopped. But I actually reported to the guard. I said, guard, please. Because he went to the counter to borrow umbrella from the lower ground to the first floor of the mall. I can tell you it's pavilion. I guess those who know which Datuk Seri is this, without wearing one. I hope the CCTV will capture him. All right. He went to from lower ground, went to ground, happily walking around with his sandal, his shorts, and all these things, and went to the counter, asked for this, asked for that, and the guard said that stupidly stand there and just watch him. I went to the guy and said, you should advise him to put out his mask. So I hope pavilion management is everyone's the same. With title, without title, go after these people. Well, I'll tell you, pavilion, he stay upstairs of your pavilion residence. This is a nuisance. I was told this guy he's a show-off guy. During this floods, he went around with his big Mercedes helping people and put himself in the social media and all this blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So what is good of you? So you are pretending to help people, but you're not helping us. How many thousand people was there in pavilions on Saturday? And you walk around there shamelessly without a face mask. So something I'm waiting for this time. Lucky I can remember this incident. So please, everyone, you see everyone, just capture him and tell him, please, we can start it politely, please wear your face mask. All right. So this is something very serious to start off the year, because it might be another wave. We don't want a lockdown again. Right, I'm sure. Now, second things that we have faced, the weekend was quite cold. It's wet. It's a wet weather today morning. Last night, 10 plus evening, it was raining, and it was very cold mornings because the floods is not over yet. So Met Malaysia warns of continuous rain in several states. So the Meteorological Department's Met Malaysia has issued a continuous rain warning at the danger, severe, and alert levels for most states till Tuesday, Jan 4th, which is tomorrow. So the states affected is Johor, Pahang, Negeri Sembilan, Melaka, Sabah, Kelantan, Terengganu, Perak, Selangor, and Kuala Lumpur and Putrajaya as well. And those in the danger level continuous torrential rains. This is in Johor, involving the district of Tangka. Tangka is quite bad. Muar, Batu Pahat, Pontian, Johor Bahru on yesterday. Severe level continuous heavy rains. They have these three categories. Will be in Pahang, involving Jerantuk, Marang, Kuantan, Beria, Pekan, and Rompin, as well as a whole new Sembilan and Melaka until Monday, which is today. Yeah, Negeri Sembilan's border with Melaka was quite bad too, the few district. And also involved Johor in the district of Segamat, Keruang, Mersing, Kulai, and Kota Tinggi, as well as Sabah and in Setakan. So, and also in Kudak in Sabah. So this is second category, and the third category, continuous rains alert level expected to occur in Kelantan, Terengganu, and Pahang, involving Cameron Highlands, Lipis, Raub, Bentong, and Temerloh. While in Sabah, it will involve West Coast, Tualan, Ranau, and Kodak Belut, and Sandakan, Kinabadan until Tuesday tomorrow. So overall, we expect rain till tomorrow, tomorrow, which is Tuesday. So also expected in Perak involving district of Manjung, Kinda, Perak Tengah, Kampar, Pakan Datuk, Hili Perak, Batang Padang, and Mualim, apart from Selangor, Kuala Lumpur, and Putrajaya. So this is continuous rain will happen. So this last evening rains, luckily it stopped. It did not lasted for that long, but this is a cold day today in Kuala Lumpur. I mean, the city of Kuala Lumpur is quite cold. So please be alert and be cautious. Those the areas you have friends, relatives there, please tell them to be cautious. And yeah, I mean, we don't want that because we hope 2022 to be better, but these two things that we have to seriously. First, Omicron is something we can't say we can avoid, but we humans can control it with following strict SOP. And of course, Mother Nature's, we do actually can control it because the climate change, we have to believe in climate change. We have to do our part. All right. So that will be also, this morning, this is about 10 plus, the number of flood victims rises in Johor. So everyone is in standby. I saw the news. Tengku Mahkota of Johor also visited a lot of centers, giving out aids and all those things. So I don't know where it's over, but hopefully soon. So of course, the nightmare is now those areas they have to clean up. The loss is excessive, and those people who have a bit of money to spend this, I mean, for the festive seasons, please consider parting some of your spending to good use, to donation or helping them out. All right, there's a lot of NGOs outside there that's worth. I mean, you can trust them, and let's do something. I mean, always believe if you make someone proud, good, that is more than that is a happiness that brings to you. All right, not necessarily yourself or your family, someone you do not even know. You bring happiness to them, you will be blessed. Okay, that's about our two topics today. And okay, let's share with you our one of the report that we received recently is the ACTnow and the committees. This, I think, something to do street lights. A lot of places I did, of course, street lights is still not working because of the floods. But this happens, I think, before the floods in in area of MP Sepang. Yes, you see this neighborhood, the lights is not working. They make a report, and within a very short time, the enforcement, the engineering departments went there. They said it's total darkness. It looked quite eerie at midnight if we were to drive through this. It was attended within a short while. So this is also part of those services category that we can offer in ACTnow mobile app, community mobile app. We have close to 50 highlights you can actually, that's evolved in our daily life. Like earlier, you will see a video on those illegal posters, buntings that hang around the street lights, traffic lights, trees, near down. They have these expo exhibitions. Even in the city, there's not allowed. These people are very daring. I hope DPKL wake up and all this must. They hang it during midnight, and you send your enforcement officer to do checking on this. You have those highways and all those things. It's not allowed. The whole Malaysia to not issue permit license for buntings advertisements is illegal. And some of this Along put all these posters all over in soliciting people, especially this hard time now. We talk about COVID-19, they make a good business. Now, the floods, they also make a good business. All right. So please highlight this issue to us. ACTnow will do the following up for you. All right. So we hope, that is almost 25 minutes now. So that will be the end of what today, what's for lunch. And We'll see you on Wednesday. I believe Mio will be with us on Wednesday to share. He's supposed to share it today, but never too late. Wednesday, he's to share his experience, his joy on his new arrival of a second baby after 12 years. All right. So take care, everyone. We see you on Wednesday. So have a good day. Goodbye.